Did you know that your AWS servers could potentially be compromised when you ship code from your GitHub repository? This attack is actually quite simple, but very hard to detect if you're using something like GitHub Actions to automate your deployments. It is called an AWS GitHub Includes attack, and let me show you how it works. If your team is shipping code on a daily basis, you probably have an automation pipeline set up to package the code as an executable and upload it to your cloud servers. That pipeline is usually a simple set of steps: accept pull requests, build a test binary, deploy in a staging environment, and test and ship, etc. GitHub Actions lets you use all of this in a very simple to read YAML script. Now, because the pipeline has to connect to your cloud servers, it has AWS credentials, correct? An attacker could modify your GitHub Actions file to include an extra command at the very end to say something like, once this automation pipeline is complete, connect to my listener on a different server. That listener could be configured to search for secrets, credentials, or any other sensitive information within your metadata server. So when your pipeline runs and uses its credentials to access AWS, it also activates the listener. And in one fell swoop, all those sweet secrets fall directly into the attacker's lap, ready to be abused. Now, you might be asking, how does one even get access to the GitHub repo in the first place? Social engineering is generally the most likely route that attackers take, but also consider if you have an open source project where tons of people have collaborative access to the same repo, an attacker could sneak in some malicious code by pretending to be a contributor. So, if you use an open source or third-party library, there's a very real possibility that you have opened yourself up to an attack just like this. And it is not easy to detect, but that's exactly what I'll be teaching at Black Hat Asia in Singapore this year on April 16th. This is a 4-day deep dive into everything from privilege escalation attacks on AWS to poison supply chains in Azure environments to even compromised container registries that undermine your Kubernetes clusters. You will get to learn all these concepts using hands-on labs that AppSec Engineer is known for, where we will show you both how to perform complex attacks on AWS, Azure, and GCP, as well as several defenses against these attacks. There's less than a month left to grab your seat, so don't wait up. Get registered today for the Attacking and Defending AWS, Azure, and GCP Cloud Applications training by AppSec Engineer. Link in the description below. I'll see you in Singapore.